Hi there, I'm Energy Green Grandpa. The old-time light bulb that we used to use was the incandescent light, and it is extremely inefficient, not only in producing light, but it also gets very hot. We demonstrated that before. And then the second type of choice that we had were the compact fluorescent lights. And we find that those take up energy, but not nearly as much as the incandescents. And then we talked about LED lights, and the LED lights have advantages, particularly the best advantage for the LED lights is that they produce a lot more light. They last a lot longer. If you would take a 60-watt light and have it burn 8 hours a day, it would probably last 20 years, where these other ones would last a lot less time than that one there. And then this also has an advantage. Well, let me ask you first of all, what would happen if I hold this bulb up here and drop it? I'm not going to drop it because I think you know what would happen, and I don't want it to happen right here. Or this one and drop it. Ow. What about this one? You need to have a goal to have 100% of your light bulbs and any kind of lighting that you have in your home should be LEDs. You can see the advantage of these because they're just a very good light bulb, and it's going to save you money, it's going to save you energy, and it's going to help to keep your carbon footprint down. Let me tell you about the others though. And you say, well, I've got some incandescents here and I have some fluorescents. Well, what should I do with them? Well, you're going to say, well, I'm going to save the incandescents around here in case we have a light bulb burned out and we can't get to an LED. The chances are the LED in your lifetime going out is not good at all. My suggestion is go ahead and put them in the trash. I know you might have a problem with that. You may want to paint them, use them for decorations or something, but just don't use them anymore. But you can put them in the trash and they can go to the landfill. There's no problem. However, on the fluorescent lights, they have mercury inside them. You cannot put them in the landfill. You have to take them to a recycling center, which can then send it to probably a national recycling center and remove the mercury from these. Otherwise, they get into the landfill, and then that mercury can get into the water table out of the landfill. We've talked about LED lights before, and we have discerned that the LED lights are the best ones to buy because they save energy and they save you money. One of the problems you might have in getting to an LED light or deciding on what you want, and LEDs can be dimmable lights, they can be curl lights, they can be tube-like lights, and you can work with people in the stores that sell these things and they'll help you with them. But the main things I want to go over here, you will find on every one of the light boxes that you get these from. You're required to have this particular information. This particular bulb is one that we have in our bathroom, and it's a 75-watt bulb. And the bulb says down here that it's bright white bulb, and it says also down here that uses 12 watts, but it says 75 watts. What does that mean? What does it mean? The 75 watts is that you have a 12-watt light bulb that produces light that's the same as a 75 watt. And it's just, you go and take a look at it, you're wasting your time thinking about 75 watts because you don't use wattage anymore. What you use is illumination. And how these lights are, let me see. Okay, you have illumination on this, and which is the brightness of the light. And this has 1100 lumens. And 1100 lumens is a bright light. If you get down to 260 or whatever some of the smaller numbers are, the light looks different. It's not as bright. So this was one of the things that they put onto the box. Okay, these are non-dimmable. You can get dimmable lights like this, and I've shown you those before. Also on the side here, it shows some more information, 350K, and I'll come back to what K means in just a minute. And so this is going to be kind of a warm looking light. You can push it all the way up to this very, very high K level, and it'll be a very bright light. The warm light may look like you would get from lighting a candle, from a lit candle. On the other end, it would be like you're looking straight up at a clouded sky. It'd just be very bright. So you can get those different kinds of ranges, or you can get some that will be a single light bulb that you can change the ranges on that. Now I said we had watt. Watt is a unit name, and where to get its name? In Scotland, there was James Watt, who was considered by many as the founder of the steam engine. He really wasn't. The steam engines existed before he did, but he found one that was made it very efficient and very applicable to industrial use, and that was in 1776. That's kind of a famous date. But they look back as the start of the modern industrial revolution in England and then the rest of the Western world as being 1776 with Watt's very good steam engine. So that's where why they call this a watt. And then you have the Kelvin. Okay, so they measure the heat appearance of the light bulb by Kelvin. And Kelvin's scale is the scale of heat. He was an engineer, as was Watt, and he did a lot of things with thermodynamics, which is the study of heat. He did a lot of things. William Thomson did, and he did so many things. He became Lord Kelvin, and that's where we get this name. So he was made a knight by Queen Victoria. You will wonder what the cost will be on just one of these lights. You can put the light on 3 hours a day, and it would be after a period of a whole year, you would only be spending $1.44 for the energy of it. You multiply that times 365, and you get something like 1049, 1050 hours. That's a whale of a lot of money that you're saving because you're not putting very much energy into it all. You can get some incandescent bulbs. You probably have to be looking at, depending on the size of those, they can run anywhere from, I guess, them from $5 to $15 or $20, depending on the size and how good they are. If you buy Energy Star, they're going to cost you a little bit more money, but they're a lot more efficient than any other way. Well, this is Energy Green Grandpa teaching you how to save energy, save money, and reduce your carbon footprint.